Greetings, salutations, good day, and hi, and welcome to the finale of Formula Holo's 5th series, the HoloDrive for 5. Happy Boxing Day, everyone. It's a day after Christmas, and we got a few more presents to give to everyone. We have the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship, and a few more race wins, and a wooden spoon to be handed out to a few lucky and perhaps some not-so-lucky drivers as we conclude another fine championship series here on this FH channel. Let's have a look at the points standings for the Drivers' Championship. Tsukumo Sana of EN Gen 2, the Holo Council, is still leading by 88 points over second place Shorinori Flair. Nakamura Okayu of the Gamers team, Yopatori, is third, 111 points behind Shirogane Noel, the champion of the previous series, the 4th series, also of Gen 3, is fourth, 122 behind. Up to 5th place, Ayun Darisu, after a second place finish in Olton Park and a win at Mar del Plata. Moves up to 5th, 219 points, 130 behind. Bottom of the standings, we already have 4 drivers out of contention for the Drivers' Championship, and unfortunately, Hakui Koyori is one of them. On 26 points, 323 behind, so that's no good for her championship hopes. Yuzuki Choco also out of contention, 14. Luna on 12. Amane Kanata, after 9 races, only 7 points. Gen 4 certainly not doing quite well, except perhaps in the case of Watame, who's only 1 spot away from the top half of the points. Speaking of Gen 4, how are they doing? Well, they're up to 200 points now, but still well behind the other teams. Gen 6, the Holux team, the Yamada Motorsports team, is 5th from the bottom. They're ahead of a few teams. They're doing well with 397 points. The Council, EN Gen 2, that's Sana's team, currently leading the Constructors' Championship by 14 points over the Constructors Champions of the previous 2 series, the Usada Kensetsu Gen 3 team. And third is the Gamers team, 592 points after not doing quite well the previous series. Anyway, we are set to begin here. We have 3 rounds to go in the championship. We're going to race them all in the next couple hours, so be sure to stick around, because this is going to be a really exciting conclusion to the championship fight, Just a little bit rough for today. As we go ahead and open up this simulator. Round number 10 takes us to the Meslik circuit. Oh god, I'm going to butcher this name up, aren't I? The Meslik Okru in Czech, or the Meslik Ring, or should we to simplify matters, the Brno circuit. So it's around 5.403 kilometers, 3.357 miles, 8 right turns, 6 left turns, total of 14 turns. We're going to race this round over 13 laps. As the music somehow hiccuped a bit, I just noticed right there. 13 laps, the usual setup. Replays online, don't worry about that. They're all in. We just need to get to racing. So, yeah. So strangely enough, the Vtuber on this loading screen is one of the 4 drivers out of championship contention. Because of course we would have that happen. Choco still has yet to finish in the top 3. throughout 4+ series. And she still isn't doing well this series, which is depressing to hear. Find the usual duplicates, and make sure all the drivers are in. 10 seconds until qualifying begins, and we get to see how it is at this circuit, which has been the home of the A1 Grand Prix, the Formula 3 Euro Series, Boss GP, whatever that is. What used to be the FIA GT1 World Championship, and is a prominent location for MotoGP. But we don't race motorcycles here. We're racing open wheelers. So you gotta go through a couple of turns. As you see, the lighting settings are too absurdly bright. Sorry for those of you with sensitive eyes. Blame the graphics settings that I set for this game, for this series, so that the sky won't be broken on the Dallas circuit. I'll probably explain later if I remember to do so. And then there's some ups and downs. There's some straightaways that are not too long. It's they're just turns, but the turns aren't too sharp. And a few more lefts and rights, and you're home free. Oh yeah, elevation changes. Did I mention there's quite a few of them? Yeah. And then just a left and a right, and then you reach the main grandstand, and you complete a lap on this Czech circuit. Yeah, that's right. The HoloLive members are visiting this country for the first time as we halt this qualifying session, see who qualifies, and unsurprisingly, Koyori didn't even qualify because she's had a terrible series. You hate to see it. Yeah, this is just unfortunate stuff. And let's see. We are gonna, a bunch of drivers are going to be eliminated from championship contention for failing to qualify for this race and the next race and whatever. So let's see where Corone is. Oh, Corone is out of contention, I'm afraid, because she's 259 behind. Koyori, as you know, already out of contention, and you just hate to see it. Iris is over 202 behind, so that ends her run for the championship. Matsuri is where the hell is Matsuri? Way down there. So, notes to her. Subaru is also out of contention. Lammy is out of contention for the championship. Tokyo Sora is, I believe she's way down there in the points standings, so that's no good. And Sarasvana is not in this race. Ooh, 223 behind as well. That puts her out of the picture. That puts her out of the running. Sakamoto Chloe is is 249 behind. So she's out of contention. Well, what is this? I just... Come on. Chloe is out of contention. Muna is out of contention. Callie didn't even qualify for this race. She's 236 behind, so that puts her out of the running. And Iroha... she's 182 behind, so she'll barely remain alive in the championship with 2 races to go after this one. But Mei, of course, still doesn't know what an open wheeler is. Takane Louie is 219 behind. She's out of championship contention. Kiara is 253 behind. Aki Rose is 158 behind. So she'll still be in the running for the Autopolis race next. Rushia is 247 behind, 247 behind. And Bells is, I believe, one of the bottom 10, unfortunately. And she just misses out in the cut. Alright, and let's see who is in pole position for this race. Oh, we see Kanata is in. She wants to avoid getting the wooden spoon here. And A-chan will get the bonus point for pole position. I think that's the first time A-chan takes pole for an FH race. Rainey, the 3rd series champion, begins second. Starting third, Aski. And then the top 2, Flair and Sana. Flair, second in the Drivers' Championship, begins 4th. Sana, the leader, begins 5th. 6th is Okayu. In fact, that's the top 3 bunched up together. Who will begin in the first 3 rows. Ame, Noel, and Ina. This is a championship eliminator race right here, I should say. Watame, Aqua, Choco. Watame, Aqua, Choco. Pekra, Melon, Shion. Marine, Kanata, and Laplace Darkness. And then we have Luna, Gura, and Toa. Polka, Suisse, and Risu. Mio, Botan, and Ollie. And oh yeah, I just realized Aki Rose, who won the race at Zolder the last round, didn't even qualify for this race. So, winners race curse. Mio, Botan, and Ame. Mio, Botan, and Ame. That's Ollie. She's starting out 36th. Hachama, Anya, and Roboco. Kroni, Miko, and Fubuki. And then Nenachi, Yofi, and Ollie. Grid's locked in. This is a 13-lap race. As we race at Brno for the very first time. So let's get right down to track and begin the Championship Sunday in the Formula Holo 5th Series. We turn on the music. Off we go. Everyone is on the grid. H-Chan at pole position as we wait for the lights to go off. Round number 10. It's lights out and away we go. Great fast start by everyone. They disperse out of the grid. Approach turn number 1. Oh, the top two, the top two of the grid make a mistake early on. Rene has the worst of it, but she's still driving. H-Chan has moved from 1st to 35th. Rene down to 36th. Flair, who's one of the top drivers in the Drivers' Championship, has the lead. Followed closely by Tsukumo Sana. 3rd is Asaki. 4th, just barely, is Ayami. Now Ayami goes up to 3rd. Ina is cruising along in 5th. Great start by the top 2 in the Drivers' Championship, Flair and Sana. As they go along to a right-hand turn. For some reason, Marine is at the back of the grid now. As they go onto a descent onto some lefts and rights. Sana pushes ahead of Flair. Oh, but Nakiri Ayami is threatening. And Flair doesn't want a piece of that. And Sana will have the lead after this first lap. We have yet to have a series in which a driver has won 3 or more races. The best that was done is 2 races in a series. And Laplace Darkness is a bit slow at the moment, as she'll get into pit lane. H-Chan and Rene also joining along with Choco. Sana has a big lead so far. She's 2.5 seconds ahead of Nakiri Ayami, who has jumped ahead of Flair for 2nd. Yeah, now Ojo wants to show up to race. She knows she's still barely in the championship contention at this point, and wants to get good results. Should she want miracles to happen, but as you know, Sana and Flair are still up there, so it's not gonna be easy for Ojo. And Rene is still stuck in pit lane. Choco, Laplace, and H-Chan all make their escape from pits. As Sana still leads. That's going to be another lap lead for her. 2 down, 11 to go. And Rene is going to be a lap behind at this point. Meanwhile, Okayu, 7th. 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. She is in the top 10 at the moment. Noelle is just behind her. And is Risu there? There she is. She's going on 15th. Top 5 in the championship, all in. We need to see where Fubuki is. There she is. And 22nd. As mistakes are made. Oh, this is a mess. Oh, the cars run into each other, and Iofi is out of the race, unfortunately. Out of the race, out of the championship. Ran into by a few drivers, including Fubuki. That ends her championship aspirations right there. Rene has just come out. Suisse is in pit lane. Yofi, as you know, has crashed out. Sana is still leading. Followed by, of course, Nakiri Ayami and Shiranui Flare. Aski fourth, Minato Aqua fifth. Oh, what a big lead Sana's having. This is definitely her series. She has an 88-point lead. A win here might not be enough to clinch her the championship because Flare, because we still have 2 more races and Flare is in the top 3 at the moment. But the championship may be closed, depending upon what happens, as Aqua makes a mistake and she crashes out of the race. Oh, you hate to see it. Aqua, no. Oh, she gets spun out and gets slammed into by a purple driver. Was that? It was probably Okayu who eliminated Aqua from the race. Oh, that is brutal to see. Unfortunate for the Marine Maid. She is her car's been teleported back into the pits, and her run at the championship should be over. Yeah, 249 behind. That's another driver out of contention. Meanwhile, we're scanning through the track for any tricky situations, any more incidents. Not much I could find. Sana is leading. 3.5 seconds now, the lead for Sana. Careful, it may be slippery. That is a slight issue with this vehicle, though car skins are easy to make. There's an issue with tire grip, especially when they go on high speeds and attempt to go through tight corners. One mistake and you might end up sliding into the walls, like what happened at Hockenheimring, I think it was at Hockenheim, where the first turn had lots of drivers crash outs in the first turn, just spin out of control, and it's just something you hate to see. I know all these cars are going into single file. And Sana remains in the lead. As we see, Rene still 1 lap behind Aqua, and Yofi still the only ones out of the race. Risu driving without a front wing, and that's proving problematic for her when it comes to downforce. Toa is without her rear wing. That's going to force her to go into pits again, like the others. Careful, don't run into something. Oh, here comes Nakiri Ayami charging towards Sana. What used to be a 3.5 second lead has now somewhat reduced to 1.6 seconds. And Flair's not too far behind. Husky's still 4th. Sure Gun and Noel is 5th. Is just behind Noel in 6th. Shion 7th. Becker 8th. Okayu 9. Watame 10. Ayame trying to make her move, trying to pass Sana. There's some good opportunities for overtakes on these turns, but once you get to the straightaways, it's not as easy. What will Ocho do as they approach turn 1 with 7 to go? We'll just wait to find out how it is. As the battle for first continues, a bit of sliding here. Flair's okay. Same for Azuki. This is one of the turns that might tend to mess up some of the drivers, especially when cars drive close to each other. Be careful, Crony. Be careful, everyone out there. And these drivers all make it through okay. Meanwhile, the top 2, Sana and Ayame, still no lead change. And Sana still remains in the lead, trying to take the opportunity on this straightaway, that's moderate size straightaway, to increase her lead over Ayame as much as possible. But Ayame still isn't getting up hope at the moment. As cars continue to slip and slide, here comes another couple drivers close to each other. No problem for either of them. 3 cars didn't even slip that much. Polka is okay, and so is Anya Melfisa. As we have single file racing. And not much has happened. I'm sure later in the race, with like a couple laps left, we could see a bit of drama. Yeah, still no new drivers out of it. Still a close battle between Nakiri Ayame and Tsukumo Sana. Inamai Inanis has jumped into the top 5 from that previous turn. Noel still in the top 10. It's basically a battle between Sana, Flair, and Noel. I think you can add Okayu to the equation. She is just ahead of Noel in the points standings. Maybe like 3 or 2 laps to go. The intensity would start to ramp up. We have 2 drivers behind by 1 lap, and that's Reina and Toa. And by the way, while we're on the discussion of wooden spoon drivers, Kanata is on 13th, on pace to get some points. She only has 7 points after 9 races. And 13th would give her 26 points, as we have 4 laps to go. As we go back to Sana's viewpoint. She is still leading by 1.3, as we have some heat going on between Noel, Pekara, and Shion. Two teammates going up against a Gen 2 Akukin Kinsetsu driver. Moving right along. Here's Blair trying to catch up to IMH, trying to get back up to 2nd. Certainly, positions can change hands dramatically if one driver makes a steering mistake in one of the turns and just has trouble trying to find her way back on the track in quick fashion. 3 to go for a potential 3rd win this series and 3rd win overall for the Holo Council member Tsukumo Sana. Some slippery slide-in, but not, doesn't seem to phase those drivers. Ayame is trying to be on the move. Slight mistake. I don't know why I don't know why there is Halloween music when Halloween was a couple months ago and Christmas was just yesterday. That makes no sense. Next song. This is fine. Pretend that was a 2-second TV timeout. TV commercial timeout as I changed the music because, yeah. It's what you call pause abuse. The motorsport equivalent of it, that is. If you know me, you should know what pause abuse is. Penultimate lap at Brno. The top 3 are rather close to each other. Ayame hasn't had the chance to overtake Sana at any point this race. Sana just keeps a good distance from Ayame. No mistakes by either of these drivers. Yeah, the next few drivers down have a bit of distance from each other. Noel somehow has dropped down a bit to 8th. Yeah, she probably was there for quite a while, for a couple laps now. Roboco is down a lap. Roboco, Rene, and Toa are down a lap. Aqua and Ethiopia still out of the race. Luna just out of the points. Heading towards the bottom as we reach the last lap at Brno. 1 lap to go, 12 down. 13th and final lap. And here comes Tsukumo Sana. Both races, she didn't start off in pole position. Both races she won, she didn't start off in pole position. She started off 5th here. And look at her lead. It keeps growing and growing. She's ever so close to a driver's championship. A race win would give her her 3rd win this series. Just needs to try not to make any more mistakes. Try not to let IMA pass her by. It is looking good for the Drivers' Championship. Leader Tsukumo Sana, just a few short turns left. Just needs to hold up IMA at the last moment. Nothing doing for IMA there. Just 2 turns left to go. Sana, IMA, and Flair. 1 last turn, and Tsukumo Sana's going to do it. That is race win number 3 for Tsukumo Sana in this series. And she is very, very close to a Drivers' Championship now as we head to Autopolis for round number 11. Sana wins at Brno. Tsukumo Sana has done it again, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an absolutely dominant performance by the Holo Council member. 3 wins this series for Sana. Nikiriyami, very close. Just .373 behind. She'll come home in 2nd. Shurinori Flair gets another podium position. Finishing 3rd, Azuki and Ninamai Inanise round out the top 5. We're waiting for a few more drivers to cross the start finish. And then we'll lock in the points. Flair finished in the top 3, so I don't think the championship is wrapped up just yet for Sana. I'm pretty sure it isn't, because Flair finished in the top 3. The top 2 in the Drivers' Championship heading into this race finished 1st and 3rd respectively. Noel finished 8th. And Okayu finished just 1 spot behind, and Risu might be out of it. Yeah, she finished 28th, for just 3 points. As points are just about locked out, Nenechi will miss out on points. As we halt the music, add in the points. See how much Sana's lead has grown at this point. This is exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Kana does finish 13th. So she increases her points almost fivefold on this result. And Miko finishes 14th. Mel, Mio, Crony, Gura, Ollie, Botan, Marine, H-Chan. H-Chan finishes a dismal 22nd from a pole position start. Laplace gets 23rd, Choco 24th, Suisse, Fubuki, and we just have to wait for Nenechi to finish, I guess. Although, what does it matter as she finishes just out of the points for this race? Roboko, Reina, and Towa will finish one lap behind, so classification is granted for them, so they get zeros instead of NCs. As Nenechi will, yeah, why does it say 3:28 behind? 3 minutes and 28 seconds. That is just nuts. Wasn't she like a... Yeah, doesn't it look like one lap behind, or... I don't know. I just need to wait for her to finish, and then we can wrap things up, and she's done. Okay. So, Fubuki, Ame, Risu, Luna. Luna does finish in the points, but not much. Only 2 points. Hachima gets 1 point. Nene, 0 points. Roboko, 0 points. Papoya Rene, 0 points. Towa, 0 points. Aqua, accident. Yofi, accident. And we will lock in the points. Come on. And let's see how big Sana's leading drivers championship is. 128. It's certainly bigger. It's bigger. And Okayu is 177 behind. That just leaves Sana, Flair, Okayu, and Noel to contest the championship. And despite Luna finishing in the points, she is now bottom of the standings with 14 points. Choco just behind with 21 points. So, Sana, Flair, Okayu, and Noel are the 4 drivers left in championship contention as we head to Autopolis for round number 11. And we are going to just leave track for now, and actually I want to see that the points look right. And they do look right, and we'll give H-Chan a bonus point, so from 9 points to 10 points for that round. She's now up to 80, which puts her at 44th place out of 54 drivers. So, penultimate race of the championship. We have the final four on hand. We are going to the prerequisite Japanese circuits. We are going to Autopolis, 2.88 mile. It's one of the homes for Super GT and Super Formula. It's the full circuit. We're using the full circuits. It's around 2.8, 2.9 miles. I say miles because I'm more used to that distance, because I'm a burger. Even though I should be aware of the metric system, because I learned it in like middle school or something. Elementary, middle school. But I ramble too much. I ramble too much as I need to put in the points. I need to put in the medal counts. Sana was first, Ayame second, Flair third. And lock in the medal counts before I forget. And yes, I should know by now that the Autopolis race will be contested over 15 laps. My computer's a bit slow. Let's see. That's another podium finish for her, and Flair. Where's Flair? Where are you? There you are. Alright, and alright. We're all good to go. Sana, Flair, Okayu, and Noel. Now, if Flair, Okayu, and Noel all fail to qualify for this race, then Sana will be the driver's champion, because Sana is 128 points ahead. So here we go as we open up this track. .904 miles, Ita City, Oita Prefecture in Japan. There are plans for this track to open. There are plans for this track to host an F1 race in the early 1990s, but it never transpired. Instead, it's hosting a rather dismal Formula Holo race. And depending upon qualifying, depending upon the race results, the championship could be decided for Sana with one last round to spare. Look at this. 2 hours 45 minutes for qualifying. Why would you need that much time? This will follow bells out of the track, out of the pits and onto the track. Excuse me. There's a long straightaway, and then you head into the first turn. A slight dog leg. before reaching some more turns and a tight hairpin right here, and then wide left-hand turn before you reach the apex of this circuit. A hair turn and a descent on this, perhaps this second longest straightaway. And then you head for what I like to call the hamburger helper mitten. You go around the fingers, and then you go around the thumb of the mitten. And then across the forearm. And then where you reach the main grandstands. And then come home to the start-finish line. And give yourself a round of applause for completing a lap on this Japanese circuit. Remember, lads, if Flair, Okayu, and Noel all fail to qualify for this race, then Sana will be the champion. Let's see how it is for qualifying. Bales naturally failed to qualify. Flair, Okayu, and Noel, where are they? Flair, Okayu, and Noel. Neither of them are here. I believe the top four have all qualified for this race. Yep, does look like it. Does look like it. Sana will begin 25th. Flair is gonna begin where? I don't know. Noel will begin 20th. Flair is somewhere. Oh, I think she may be up there. She may be up there. I don't know. I don't know. Where is Flair? Way back there, 35th. And Okayu, 34th. Not quite good starts for the drivers, but yeah. But things could still happen here as we boot some drivers out. If Flair, Okayu, and Noel fail to get points, then that's a championship for Sana. Kiara's not in the race. Belle's not in the race. No Iroha, no Iris, no Ame, no Chloe, no Aqua, no Takane Louie, no Gura, no Botan, no Kelly, no Kanata. Subaru failed to qualify. Shion failed to qualify. Groni failed to qualify. Yopi failed to qualify. Rene failed to qualify. Ayami, who finished second, failed to qualify. So this time it's the second place finisher's curse for Nikiri Ayami. So notes to her, as Shirokami Fubuki, as you may have seen, will start off at pole position, followed by another adorable fluffy animal girl, Akui Koyori, who's historically have had issues with racing. Koyori has not scored in 6 races, and she'll start off on the front row along with Fubuki. Hachima will start off third. Anya, Mume, and Miko. Marine, Lamy, and Mio. Pekora, Polka, Toa. Right, Noel needs to win these last 2 races, but I don't think. Yeah. But she'll have to do it from a Start of 20th. And Okayu, same here. Flair, on the other hand, if she finishes 13th or worse, then that's that for her as well. And she's going to start way down there in 35th. And I forget where the hell I'm going with this. Choco will start off 13th. Akiro's 14th. Nene and Watame. Ina and Asuki. H. Noel and Korne. Roboco, Laplace, and Sora. And who else? Risu, Ollie, and Muna. Fana, Matsuri, and Luna. Mel, Suise, Okayu. And I lost count. Sana, Sora, Sana, and Risu. Sora, Sana, and Risu. And Ollie, Muna, and Fauna. And then Luna, Mel, Suise. Luna, Mel, Suise, and then Okayu, Flare, Rushia. Come on, get the names right. Luna, Mel, Suise, Okayu, Flare, Rushia. And here we go. This could decide the championship. If this could decide the championship here. Sana has the commanding lead, 122 points. Fubuki in pole position for the race at Autopolis. Okayu and Noel need to win this race and the ensuing race as well. Flare needs to finish no worse than Flare needs to finish no worse than 13th. No worse than 12th, actually. 13th or worse, then that's that for Flare. As we got down for perhaps the championship decider here at Autopolis, as everyone goes down onto the grid. 36 drivers up and down. Fubuki and Koryori are the front two in this race, the penultimate round of the 5th series, where it's lights out and away we go. Everyone is dispersed. We'll keep an eye on the top 4 as we go onto the first turn. See how the cars handle the tough situations. Flare makes a mistake. She has gone down to 36, well behind the others. It's Hachima who has jumped ahead of Fubuki and Koyori to take the lead heading into the first hairpin. Some early drama with Flair making a mistake from start of close to the back of the grid, and she is well behind the others. Okayo and Noelle need to win both the races, which is a tall order indeed. Sana is holding on at 26th. Hachima of her namesake Red Heart Racing going through the hamburger helper glove's thumb and going down onto the wrist, onto the grandstand. And it's going to be Hachima, Fubuki, and Koyori, the top three, after this first of 15 laps. Look how close these three are. As we have a look at some of the drivers, Flair, oh, well behind the others. She will not go into pit lane. She knows she has a championship to worry about. As we see some debris flying out. It's all bumping and shoving. Koyori, while I wasn't paying attention, has jumped into the lead as Hachima has decided to dip a bit, go down to third. Fubuki remains second. As they approach the descent. And onto the fingers of the mitten. We need to see how some of the drivers are doing. Oh, look at this. This is drama at its finest. Okayo, 28th, jumping up to 26th. Where is Sana? She's at 21st, looking good for her. Flair is having issues. Way down there at 36th. As for Shogun and Noelle, she is 11th. Does need a race win. She is 186 points behind. Akui Koyori is leading at the moment. It's Koyori, Fubuki, and Hachima. Still the top three, albeit Koyori and Hachima have changed positions. Everyone is approaching the descent once again. Akui Koyori is leading by almost 1 second. Okayo and Flair can both be seen at the bottom of the standings. Sana is very close to a championship. 128 point lead. Flair is just nowhere in sight. That is 3 laps done. Hachima has gone up to second. Fubuki third. Anya is just behind Fubuki at 4. Lammy 5. Noelle has dipped a bit to 12th. And here comes Hakui Koyori. She wants to give the Holux team their very first race win. If you have followed me throughout this series, folks, you have known that Kazuma Uroha did finish third at Detroit, a race that Sana won. This time Koyori is looking for Gen 6's very first race win. But she has a long way to go to get that win. As you can see, Hachima and Shirakami Fubuki are threatening. We have completed 4 laps. Still 11 to go. Oh, Flair is way behind the others. Matsuri is just... who cares about Matsuri? Azuki is behind, and so are a few more drivers. More messes made on this turn. Approaching the tight hairpin. This is exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Nakamao Kayu and Shugari Noel both need race wins. Otherwise, it could be it for their championships. They're over 175 behind Sana, who's currently still in the high 20s in the points. Noel, not that great in 13th. Fubuki is back up to 2nd now. Koyori is still leading. With 10 to go, we are a third of the way through this race distance of 15 laps at Autopolis. Oh, this is drama at its finest. And who is that at 34th? That's Azuki. And Ina, unfortunately, has made a mistake getting into the pit lane, and she is out of the race. Why, R-Factor? Why you keep doing this? A championship deciding, a potential championship deciding race, and you had to screw things up with that crash. Going into their main grandstand, and Koyori still continues to be in the lead. Miko has gone up into the top 5. Lamy wants to get up Hachima. She does. She'll go up to 3rd. Never mind. She made a mistake on that first turn and goes down to 5, and Hachima remains 3rd. Koyori still in the lead. It's some backs and forths as Hachima will dip further now. Sakura Miko has moved into the top 3. Meanwhile, Flair 1 lap behind. This is painful to see for Flair, who needs a finish no worse than 12th. Meanwhile, Tsukumo Sana still 22nd, with her teammate Sarah Spana just ahead of her. Noel still remains at 12th, not much of a lead change there. And Okayu well behind the pace at 26th. Koyori's lead is now 2.987. It's still Koyori, Fubuki, and Miko, the top three. As we approach the halfway point of this race. One driver out of the race, 3 drivers behind by 1 lap, 32 drivers within the lead lap. Flair not doing so well. Okayu and Noel also struggling as Koyori goes around the fingers of the mitten and now the thumb. Koyori is finally finding her rhythm after a long string of scoreless races. This series has seen her crash out early, especially in the opening laps of races, the opening turns of races, and so far she's been doing decently. She probably now knows the science of racing on tricky road courses such as this one. Sana remains 23rd with a mess of cars just behind her. Flair still remains 1 lap behind. Okayu still 26th. And Noel improves just the slightest bit to 11th. Gotta turn that 11 into a 1 should you still want to fight it and chance for the championship. 6 to go at Autopolis. Ina is dead. Crab rave. Oh, bro, not funny, man. Bro, not funny. Pain taco. Going into the hairpin. Glove approaches. Still no change to the top 4, top 5. Car in pit. That's Meme, who, unlike Ina, was able to make it into the pit lane with no issue. Although that's gonna put her out of the points for the moment. Sana still going on in 23rd. Okayu is just ahead at 22nd, but it's not that great for her. Noel still remains 11th. Hakui Koyori's lead has dropped a bit to within 1 second, as Fubuki is threatening. She's just behind Koyori, nose to tail. Fubuki is on the move. What is she about to do? She is gonna try to pass Fubuki for the lead, but Koyori just rams into Fubuki's rear wing, losing her front wing in the process. And they both come away worse as a result. Sakuramiko is now in the lead. Oh, that was a dramatic thing to see between Koyori and Fubuki. They were the top 2 for a while, but now we see Fubuki's lead slipping away from her. She is slowing down substantially without her rear wing, as cars just go ahead of her. She herself has dropped down to 12th, soon 13th, without her rear wing. You hate to see it. Koyori is down to 9th. Oh no! Noel has gone up to 8th, but there's still 5 to go. Your top 3 now are Sakura Miko, Yukihana Lamy, Aki Rosenthal. 4 to go. As we continue to see the drama that may be ensuing here, Flair is just about out of it. Sana remains 23rd. Koyori is going into pit lane. No. Koyori and Fubuki are in pit lane. Frustration for the front row starters this late into the race. In the race, I also saw Nino, my niece, crash out first. Why do all the bad things happen to Koyori? Why do most of the bad things happen to her? Sana's up to 20th. Noel up to 10th. Here comes Sakura and Miko. Crossing start finish. 3 to go. Still no change to the top 3. Noel still the best of the 4 championship contenders at 10th. But Sana is within the points. Okayu is well out of her goal at potentially winning the championship, and Flair is still a lap behind. Sakura Miko. Approaching the descent into the hamburger helper mitten. I know it's a glove, but yeah, I know the hamburger helper glove is not a mitten. And this portion of the track does look more like a mitten. I just like to call it the hamburger helper glove because it's stupider that way. Miko and Lamy and Akiros, the top 3. Shogun and Noel still needs to find her way past some of these drivers. This is crazy stuff happening here. Sana has improved a bit to 19th. 2 to go for Miko. Heck, it's 2 to go for Sana for the Drivers' Championship. Lamy is threatening. She wants to try to pass Miko for the lead herself. She's ever so close to Miko. Lamy's on the move. She's jumped ahead of Miko for the lead and wants to hold on to it, approaching the mitten. Onto the fingers. And down onto the thumb and reaching the grandstand just shortly. Yuki Hanalami will have the lead with 1 to go. Tsukumo Sana. What a race she's been having. She's at 19th. Just one lap to go for perhaps a championship. Provided that there isn't a clusterfuck among the 9 drivers ahead of Noel. No, make that 11 drivers ahead of Noel. No. 12 ahead. Noel has dropped down a bit to 13th. Approaching the mitten for the final time. Once again, the bottom half of the grid, just in case, comes Lammy around the fingers. Miko trying her best to catch up to Lammy, but it might not work out for her. Here comes Lammy going these last couple turns. Here is Yuki Hana Lammy onto the home stretch. Yuki Hana Lammy wins at Autopolis. Miko comes just short, finishes second. Aki Rosenthal comes home third. Waiting for the others to come in. Here comes Tsukumo Sana at 17th. I believe she's ahead of Noel at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, HoloLive EN Gen 2 has a driver's champion. Her name is Tsukumo Sana. Sana has done it! That's the championship clinched for Sana. As Noel has just basically given up. Koyori will finish 29th, finally gets her first points in quite a while, albeit just 2 points, and Noel will finish just out of the points. Flair will finish 1 lap behind. No points, finishing 33rd. And Okayo is, I don't even know where she is, 16th. She just basically needed to win the last 2 races. Fails to do so at Autopolis, which means that Tsukumo Sana is the Formula Holo 5th Series champion with 1 race to spare. That is the first HoloLive English champion. The first Formula Holo Drivers Champion from the HoloLive English branch. 3 race wins this series, and the championship with 1 race to spare. As we cut off with the music and see how it is with the points. That is the championship. No one can overtake her with 1 race left, the Dallas race. Your top 3 at the top list are Lammy, Miko, and Aki Rose, and that is Lammy's 2nd race win. So congrats to the Nepalabo driver. That's another race win for that team. Oh, what a Christmas gift for Sana. The championship for her. She has led for much of the series. Rounds 5 and 6 were especially big for her. And then add the win in round number 10 and just basically clinched her the championship at this point. Tsukumo Sana, Fauna, La Plus, Mel, Suisse, Muna, Luna, Ollie, Rushia, and Risu, Sora, Aski, Koyori gets points, but not many. Meme, Noel, Matsuri, Flare, Roboko, Fubuki, and Ina finishes 36 because our factor still wants to slap me in the face multiple times. All right, let's add in the points. Let's add in points and confirm the championship for Sana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you have it. Sana has a 146-point lead over Flare. That lead can't be surpassed. That clinches the championship for Tsukumo Sana. And Koyori is now second to last in the standings. Luna remains at the bottom. Luna 22 points, Koyori 28 points. Despite another front row start for Koyori, she ends up finishing 29th. You hate to see it. Fubuki did start at pole position, so she'll get the 1 point for her efforts. She's now up to 200. So the championship is decided, but there's still one race left to go, and it's a dead rubber at the Fair Park circuit in Dallas. So, Lammy, Miko, and Akiros. As we continue to see some bullshit in the live chat. And we need to add in the medal counts. So Lammy gets race win number 2. Miko, where's she? Got second. I thought she would have won a race by now, but no. That result at the Autopolis is actually her best finish yet. And Aki Rose gets her first third place finish. Moves her up to 4 total podium finishes. Lammy's on 5. And now comes the finale. So, one last race to go at Dallas. We take a trip back to the past And no, I'm not I'm not finishing the rhyme a la angry video game nerd, cause we're not gonna go there. Albeit I'll still be raging about Ina and Koyori again not doing well on that last race. 14 laps. 14 laps at the Dallas Grand Prix on the stud rubber. Basically held once or twice and never again, because the race was held in sweltering hot temperatures and it's December here. So 3.901 kilometers, 2.423 miles, 14 laps, final round, with the championship already decided. And here we go, there's Noel, the 4th Series champion, on the splash screen. Now, the 1984 Grand Prix was won by Keke Rosberg for Williams Honda. 67-lap race. The track conditions got worse and worse with the high heat at Dallas. The high heat of Dallas, Texas. Let's see a driver come out somehow. Well, Sana won't get her race in this round because her wheel has popped up, but she has a championship already. So why even bother? Why are you still racing? You don't have a fourth wheel. You don't have a fourth wheel. Just. You can stop right now because you don't have a wheel. Yeah. You don't have a fourth wheel. How can you drive without a wheel? Oh God, she's still going! Yeah, I want to see what that last lap is like. You have the championship. Why even bother with the last race? You're good to go. Do you still want to continue despite losing a wheel? Fuck it. One in Rome. Let's follow Fubuki out onto the track so we can actually do a proper track overview. Now there's the problem that has plagued a lot of drivers in these R-Factor races: walls. And the course, the lanes are relatively narrow. You have to do a lot of turns and stuff. And it's hard to figure out where you are at this point. In fact, I don't even know where she is right now. I don't. Yeah, I know she's number 16th at this point. Oh, there she is. She's on a straightaway that is slightly interrupted by a chicane. Right there. And then few last turns going on to the inside section where you get greeted by the crowd, and that's a lap at Fair Park with Iroha on fire. Yeah, it's a dead rubber, so it's a dead rubber, so we don't need to boot that car out. It just, yeah, we'll just see how R Factor will go with this one, whether Iroha will still make the grid anyway or not. All right. All right. And we'll have to avoid these results because not a lot of times. We'll have to avoid these qualifying results and try again. And Noelle has given up. Koyori has given up. Yeah, it's like she wants to get that wooden spoon. And I think Luna is in the race. And as expected, Sana has just had enough for now, because she already has a championship clinched. So, Mel is out of the race, LaPlus out of the race, Noelle's out of the race, Corone's out of the race. Curry is on track for a wooden spoon. No Callie, no Rushia, no Ollie, no Flair. Yeah, the top four in the last race all just said, heck with it, it's too hot out here. Why do we want to race when the championship is done? Leaving these 36 drivers to suffer in the sweltering heat of Dallas in the simulated 1984 Dallas Grand Prix conditions, with Okami Mio getting the bonus point for pole position, followed by Takane Lui and Hochimachi Suisei. Irisker and Risu, Aqua, Anya, and Toa, Chloe, Aski, and Ina, and then Kanata, Muna, and Daki Rose. Botan, Kiara, and Fauna. Subaru, Hachima, and Fubuki. Kroni, Watsumi, and Eichan. And we have Iroha, Pekara, and Demume. Iofi, Choco, and Demiko. Shion, Sora, and Ayame. Polka, Luna, and Matsuri. And Luna, who's currently bottom of the standings, will stop 35th. And with Chloe starting 10th, and Koyori and Luna being the bottom two, Luna will need a finish of, let's see, 6 points. 6 points separate the two. 24th or higher to avoid the wooden spoon. Anyway, this race will be a 14-lap race. This is the final round of already the fifth series, with the championship already decided. Mio and Louie will start off at the top of the grid for this final race. As the music pops up, here we go. Final round of the fifth series. Everyone is up and running from the Fair Park circuit at Dallas. It's lights out and away we go. Everyone is starting off. We'll see how the first turns fare for the drivers. These are enclosed wall circuits that the drivers have got to endure. Already a mess that may be ensuing in these first turns. Takane Louie has charged ahead of Mio, but Mio attempts to pass Louie, but doesn't. And Luna is currently 36th. It's like she wants that wooden spoon. Everyone is approaching a rather tricky section. And Louie is just ahead of Mio still. Onto another tough chicane. Here come the other drivers trying to handle this section with as little of an issue as possible, as you see someone probably lose a wheel. Yeah, that's Muna. It's Louie, Mio, and Suisse, the top three after this opening lap. As Anya has to go in pit lane. Muna, first driver out of the race. Akaros has to be in pit lane. So is Anya and Fauna. Don't expect a lot of survivors at the end of the race, because AI can't handle walls. Reese, who has gone up to second, Mio down to third, Iris is at fourth, Gogger fifth. And Suisse is down to 11. She lost both wings, both front and back wings. That may force her to take a stop at pit lane. And it's Takane Louie who wants to give Hawkster first race win. And so far, she has a 3-second lead as the camera swings by in an unusual fashion. And Luna has gone up to 24th. She needs to finish 24th or higher to avoid the wooden spoon and force Koyori to come home with a lump of coal in her stocking. On this day after Christmas. We have traffic and congestion early on, but as more and more cars potentially bump themselves out of the race, there's more breathing room to speed up a bit. Albeit it would be risky to do so with all those chicanes and stuff. And a car is stranded at 32. But that's Fauna. That's one of the drivers that's almost one lap behind. No, it's Suisse, Anya, and Akiros who are all one lap behind. So Fauna is just a minute 6 behind Takane Louie. Meanwhile, Crony locks wheels for a brief moment with Pekara. Cars driving single file. Luna 25th, unfortunately for her. Luna's had worse finishes than Koyori, so if Luna finishes equal on points with Koyori, then Koyori would go ahead of Luna on tiebreaker and barely avoid the wooden spoon, as I thought I hear a car scratch across broken, disintegrating tarmac. Yeah, listen to that sound. Wheels against cracks on the tarmac. The shh sound. Sorry if that sound was a bit harsh if you're wearing headphones. Meanwhile, here comes Okami Mio, still trying to catch up to Louie. As we might have seen a car go out, yeah. That's disappointing to see for Nikira Ayami. Enter championship with a thud. She just yeah. Rounds without score has just passed Louie for the lead. As Ayami is still stuck on the track for no reason. I thought she would be out of the track by now, and that brain fart cost Louie second. Iris is now the driver who's second. Gura is fourth, Risu's fifth. And Ina, I'm sorry to say, has lost her rear wing. As Mio has a lap lead. for the first time. Drama ensuing on that section as Ayunda Risu now has third. Risu up to P3, Louis down to P4, Gura is still P5, Toa is 6, Oski 7, Kanata 8, Aqua 9, Sakamoto Chloe 10. And not much has changed on that section. Look how big Mio's lead is at this point. Mio's lead is 3.5 seconds. Ina understandably has to be in pit lane. 2 drivers accident prone, 4 drivers behind by 1 lap. But if Takane Louis if Mio passes Ina by, then Ina will join the +1 club, and Mio does indeed pass Ina by, and you hate to see it. Unfortunately for Luna, she has crashed out of the race, which confirms her wooden spoon finish. She needed to finish 24th or higher, and she won't do so, which means Luna is sadly gonna experience tears and heartbreak with the wooden spoon for the 5th series. Kiara is also out of the race. And Louis is without a rear wing. Ditto for Tokayami Towa and Azuki. Quite a few drivers without rear wings. Okami Mio still in the lead. So Luna is out of the race. That confirms her wooden spoon finish. And crossing off Kiara as well. Six to go. Mio, Iris, and Risu, your top 3 at Fair Park in Dallas. By the by, EM Gen 2 is leading the Constructors' Championship 785 points to Gen 3's 779 points, so we're waiting to see how the Constructors' Championship will end up at the end of the race. As Mio jumps ahead of Iris for second, and Iris tragically crashes out. What an offensive move by Risu! Look at that! Risu just basically murders Iris! You just witnessed a murder on live streaming, lads! As more cars lose front and rear wings for no good reason. That will put Amane Kanata up to 3rd. 5 to go. Anya behind by 2 laps. And Gura also joins the out of the race club. What was that all about, Gura? Just basically lost control with her lack of a rear wing, and her day ends as well. Not too good for a couple of EN Gen 1 drivers. Sakuma Chloe has pushed ahead of Amane Kanata for third. Iofi is fifth. Aqua 6, Super 7th. Mume 8th for no particular reason. Botan is 9th, and Watame is 10th. Risu is trying to catch up to Mio. Yeah, that crash out by Gura. Instead of saying ah, she's more like ah. Well, Renata finishing the race. There was an overtake attempt. And there's another one. Risu has jumped into the lead now. Risu's wanting to get her fourth win in FH. Four to go. As another, do we have another driver out of it? Not seemingly. Yeah, Louis in pit lane. Polka's just coming out. Yeah, Louis now coming out of pit lane. And Ina is sadly stuck in pit lane. It's Risu with the lead, followed by Okami Mio and Sakamata Chloe. With Iofi not too far behind. Oh, there's an update here. Oh, Watame has crashed out in that upper section of the track. Watame is out of the race as cars are slowed down with the obstacle in the way. Not enough oil from those potato chips to lube up her car. And that's her race over and out. And Watame is still on the track. Now they've taken Watame's car out of the track so that the race would progress naturally. This is a race of attrition right here. Oh, look at that! Look at that! We want to see how it is with these turns, and yet nothing has happened. Here's Mio with some ASMR sounds of rubber scratching against broken tarmac on this fair park course. Mio wants to take the lead back from Ayunda Risu. But nothing is doing here for Mio. And here they both come, approaching the final lap of this race and the final lap of the 5th series. Risu is leading by 1.625. Going around this turn, it's still Risu, Mio, and Chloe. The top 3. Iofi and Kanata a fair distance behind, as they approach perhaps the trickiest section of the circuit. Oh, thank God Aqua is still alive. Here comes Risu and Mio. Unfortunately, the distance between Risu and Mio is too great, and Risu has just a few more turns to go, and she is gonna get, I think, it's win number 4 for Ayunda Risu of Moon Architect HoloLive Indonesia Gen 1. Ha ha ha! Ayunda Risu wins at Dallas Fair Park. The last race of the 5th series. Okami Mio comes home in 2nd, and Sakamoto Chloe is granted a podium finish on this challenging 1984 street course. As more and more drivers come in, Iofi and Kanata finish in the top 5. And we are going to have at most 27 drivers scoring points. We're just waiting to hear from the rest of the pack. Risu gets win number 4 in FH, joining Shurigana Noel in the 4-win club. And we're still waiting for Azuki and Aki Rose to finish. And it does not look like Aki Rose would be able to finish. What in the world are they doing? If she doesn't get through, then that might be a DNF for her. Ichan is in pit lane, and Iroha is trying to find her way into pit lane, but AI is just being silly because it's the end of the race already. And Iroha has gotten stuck herself. And Akirose continues to be stuck. And unfortunately, Ina will finish out of the points as Achan crosses the start-finish. DNF for Iroha, but she gets 13 laps done, so she'll get credited with 18 place points. Azuki waiting to pass, waiting to have the okay to come out, and she does. And Akirose is still stuck. And there is no way she'll be able to come out, so we're gonna have to mark her with a DNF. Yeah, no matter how fast I speed up the race, she just wouldn't budge. So we're gonna wrap up the championship at this point. We'll record the top 3 of this race in Dallas: Risu, Mio, and Chloe. So Ayunda Risu gets race win number 4. Joins the exclusive 4-time winners club along with Shirogane Noel. And then Okami Mio, once again, still finds herself short of a race win. That's 3 second-place finishes and 1 third-place finish for her. And Chloe, for the very first time, makes the podium. And the medal counts check out. So Risu, Mio, Chloe, Yofi, Kanata, Aqua, Subaru, Mume, Botan, Bekura, Fubuki, Matsuri, Sora, Miko, Shion, Hachima, Achan, Iroha, Fauna, Toa, Suisei, Polka, Louie, Choco, Crony, Aski. And that's your points finishers, as Akirose will not be able to finish, it looks like. That is gonna be a DNF for her. So Akirose gets a DNF. Ina, no classification. Anya, no classification. And Watame, Gura, Iris, Kiara, Luna, Ayame, and Muna get marked with accidents. We will lock in the points. And wrap things up. Opening up the points table and making sure I got the sums right. And someone should be a DNF. That's That's Akiro's. And so the Constructors' Championship will go to Ian Gen 2. They complete the double. The Hall Council has clinched the Constructors' Championship. It's the double for that generation. Sana wins the Drivers' Championship. Ian Gen 2 wins the Constructors' Championship. As we leave the track with Akiro's car still unable to get out. Too late, Akiro's. No points for you on this last race. So we're gonna wrap things up for this series. We're gonna have to put in. Where's it? Council. The car of Tsukumo Sana. It's rather nondescript. Not much in the way of decorations, but hey, as long as it drives and it drives well, then it can still be a championship-winning car, and what do you know? She gets the championship. We'll show you the final points standings just momentarily. See how your Oshi finishes. We'll start off with the top half. As you can now see. Top 4 is unchanged. It's Tsukumo Sana finishing with the championship, Shionori Flare finishing second, Nekomata Okayu third. And wow, did the top 6 not score any points in this last race because they don't want to drive in sweltering heat. It's a 146-point lead to end the 5th series for Sana. And we're gonna put in the bottom half of the championship standings. And there it is. We can safely confirm that Hiro Memorial Luna will finish at the bottom of the standings with 22 points. Hakui Koyori, disastrous first series for her. She finishes 53rd out of 54 drivers with 28 points. And those are your standings as we see more shitty comments. In the live chat. So that is it for FH. That is it for the series, and that is it for 2021. We're gonna be back with more races in 2022. More FH, more Vtuber IndyCar, and perhaps more racing series on this channel, which I should perhaps rename to the Vtuber Racing Project channel, so I can allow for more racing series, not just the two I'm most used to racing. So I want to try to shoot for the 6th series for I'm gonna try to shoot for the 6th series for next month. over 4 streams with three races each. 2 weekends, 4 streams, 3 races each. For the 6th series, we'll begin once again at an Australian circuit at the Eastern Creek circuit in Sydney, followed by a trip to Portimao in I think it's Portugal. Is that a Portuguese circuit? I'm not sure. Does sound like it. Then a trip to Jarama, Jarama. I think that's Spain or Latin American circuits. I don't know. And then we take a ride on the Burke Lakefront Airport at Cleveland. That's going to be a fun race. Cleveland for round number 4, followed by a trip to TT Assen in the Netherlands for round number 5, followed by a fictional race circuit, Rattlesnake Point, for round number 6. A historical circuit at Dijon for round number 7. Round number 8 will be at Twin Ring Motegi, the road course, not the oval circuits. Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. Round number 9 goes to Buenos Aires. Round number 10 is another fictional circuit, Paradise Bay. The penultimate round will see the hololive drivers travel to Dubai on the Grand Prix circuits. And the championship race, the final race, will be staged on the streets of Manhattan in New York. That's the entire schedule for the 6th series. Be sure to look on the threads for any news of when the races will take place. But that is going to be it for this fifth series. That's going to wrap up the HoloDrive for 5. Once again, thanks so much for watching this series. Thanks so much to everyone who has been watching all my races, following along with the drama, the excitement of the Vtubers racing on open wheel cars around new and unusual circuits. This has been a fun experience, and I can't wait to do more in 2022. Approaching the 1st anniversary of this crazy Vtuber racing project in March. Decide more championships, add more gold stars to the cars of championship winning teams. It's gonna be a fun wild ride, pun intended. So thanks so much for watching. Have a very happy holidays, have a very happy new year. Hope to see you again for more races in 2022 and beyond. This has been the Formula Hall 5th series. Once again, my name is Dag the Pig. I'm your usual VTube racing commentator. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again for more races very soon on this channel. Take care, everyone, and Otsudag.